What's up, you guys? Listen, and what's up, Satsup Squad? Come inside, sit down, and shut the door. Y'all, the monarchy has fallen. Now, I know I say that every third Tuesday, but this time we might be on to something. I know y'all heard about what's going on with William. Skipping out on that funeral, a mysterious person deleted. Kate still missing. Kensington Palace tripping over themselves to release weird statements, and Buckingham Palace saying, not on my watch. Not on my watch, y'all. Let's get into this mess because you have to let me know what you think in the comments. Let me just say this, right? In what world does someone at age of 35, 45 pass away? William used that as an excuse for why he can't attend a funeral as a personal matter. First, he tried to use Kate. Then Kate's office came out and said, oh, no, she's doing well. Please, a well means we have not seen hide nor hair. She is the pinnacle of health. Then what do they move into? He tries to use the excuse of a death of someone close to him. And that's why he can't attend the funeral. Only the problem is that passing happened 2 days ago. The boy's parents are at said funeral for William's godfather. And get this is the weirdest part. I thought this funeral was like miles away or this and that. It was on the grounds. He was a 5-minute walk from the funeral, and he canceled his speech seconds, minutes before he was actually supposed to go on and get that speech. And the people's parents, who he's trying to use the deletion, were there. And then Buckingham Palace comes out and clarifies and said the reason why William was not there for a personal matter had nothing to do with Kate and nothing had to do with that guy passing. What I want to know is who put the hoodoo voodoo, who put the magic roots on Kensington Palace? Because, baby, yo, something is going on in that family. And even if you're on Twitter outside of Sussex Squads, people that don't even follow the royal family is paying close attention to where is Kate? Where is Kate? Why are people dropping like flies? Let's also not forget the Queen dropped last. Y'all, let's get into this. And baby, yes, this is going to be conspiracy hour. So y'all better buckle up. And I want to hear what y'all have to think in the comments. On top of that, the British media, the right-wing Tory-loving mouthpieces are coming out and saying that something's wrong with William. What is going on with William? Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of theories with that. Some people think that William likes to, some people think that there might be some problems. He needs to go dry out. He needs to go to a facility to cleanse toxins from his system. I don't know about that. I will say that I've always maintained William is unraveling before our eyes. I never thought he was that solid, but I think he is unraveling before our eyes. I think that he is lazy. I think he has ego, but he's been able to keep it together. I really do think what actually happened is something happened that has William unraveling out of sheer guilt, out of guilt, out of guilt, out of pride, out of anger, something. And it makes me think, or maybe he's scared. What could Will be scared of? Let's also not forget that the British media is starting to, and this is the right wing. Remember, I said that, listen, if you wanted to go to what these people are hiding, go to the heart of the viper's nest and see what they're talking about. Okay. And I think that William, I'll just say it. I feel like they're starting to print stories, odd stories. If William was charged with a crime, would he be prosecuted? How he would get away? How he would use the crown's power? And it's all about this person that passed away. who happens to be Pippa's ex-boyfriend. Yes, that shade. But this man plan is actually Pippa's ex-boyfriend. But you know what? Let's get into all these reports. And you guys let me know what you think. You guys know I love to go on Twitter and do what it do. All right, y'all, let's get into this. Where are my royals? I saved all my bookmarks. Hold on. Okay. So, right? Let's get into this, okay? It all started with Prince William pulls out of a memorial service for Godfather due to personal reasons. One, the media tried to overlook this, but I did a little research. The service was a short walk from where he is staying. So he didn't even have to drive. It was like a 10-minute walk from where he was staying. This was a memorial service, and William was supposed to give a speech. William also pulled out moments before he was expected to attend. The rest of the royal family, minus Charles, who had cancer, and Kate, hashtag where's Kate, was present. And they were all waiting for William to give a speech at his godfather's funeral memorial service. Okay? Now, some people are saying that they think William was probably a drunken mess like he was that day that he was handing out medals. Looks like he was swaying 2 sheets to the wind and he couldn't stand straight. We don't know what was going on, but I'm telling you my opinion of what he appeared to be. Okay. We don't know if it's true. Some people say that it was probably a blanking mess and his courtiers didn't allow him to make an appearance. Okay. Again, the funeral was happening in walking distance of Adelaide Cottage, where they are now claiming that William is supposedly staying at. Because don't forget, don't you know, the British right-wing media released reports that Kate is staying in Norfolk in isolation, while William and her parents support her from afar. Again, does it not sound like she is not conscious? In why do you need isolated recovery to recover from an abdominal surgery? It's not making sense. William and the kids are supposed to be back at Adelaide Cottage. So this is walking distance to Adelaide Cottage where he's supposedly staying at. And he only told them he wasn't showing up minutes before. There is no emergency in the world that wouldn't allow more time to inform people, unless they maybe found William too inebriated to show his face. Now, let me just say this. Like some people said, does William need rehab? This will be the second time he showed up drunk as a skunk. Now, he said it was personal reasons, and he said it was not related to the king. Everybody said what I said. Oh my God, is this related to Kate? Kate's taking a tragic turn. This has to be what it is. Oddly enough, Kensington Palace showed by their amateur hour because whoever Williams and Kate new secretaries are, they're doing a horrible job. Like they did an obvious such bad and fake attempt to change the headlines. Giving, as soon as that happened, everybody's just like, oh my God, something happened to Kate. Because what else would you have personal that requires you to pull out so close last minute, this and that, right? They gave a vague update on Kate, and it was meant to stop all the speculation on why a rumored drunken William couldn't make a speech, not even a speech, a reading at the funeral. Kensington Palace shares an update on Kate's health. Her recovery's doing well. Where the F is Kate? If she is well enough to travel, where is Kate? Why can we not see proof of life? Now, here's what I think, and I'm not even joking. I feel like Kensington Palace is trying to do a soft launch to let us know something is more serious with Kate, and we can't expect her back by Easter. March 1st is coming. Easter is just a couple of weeks away. When they made that, in my opinion, lie about Easter, baby, that was back in January 16th. We are now about to be in March 1st. Easter is a couple of weeks away. They know, so they're trying to do a soft launch. I think an emergency happens. William has to leave. He couldn't say it. And they're going to share, we share a sad update. The recovery is going a little longer. And then they're going to make the recovery back to Trooping of Color. Let's not forget the way the palace goes. When they make announcements, they're testing to see how the public responds. They first said Easter. The public was like, that's a lot. Then they moved to maybe Trooping of Color. People are like, huh? Then it moved to maybe 9 months. And everybody's like, that's impossible. So they're like, oh, yeah, you're right. Probably Easter. But Easter is upon us. They're going to move it back. Okay. The palace loves soft launching. I do believe, and even people that aren't into royal stories are starting to wonder, where is Kate and what is going on with the family? Okay. Now they really tried to use Kate's health updates as a cover for whatever's going on with William's mess up. Okay. Then they did a breaking story. Thomas Kingston, who happens to be Pippa's ex, the husband of Prince and Princess Michael of Kent's daughter, Lady Gabriella, they've only been married for 19 months, passed away. Buckingham Palace announced. In the midst of all this, now, Lima on Twitter did say, who's using this family for money ritual? Another person said, Jason Okunde said, right? Like, who's that? Finn said, removed cousins would not take precedence over a godfather. Again, you literally, your godfather died. You were supposed to speak. You pulled out minutes before you were supposed to speak. Okay? This is a story they want us to believe. You are also godfather to your godfather's children. Okay, that's weird. That's suspicious. But get this, they found out that that person, right? The Kents, this is the parents and the family of the person that passed away. The Kents were pictured at the memorial William was supposed to attend and speak at. Though, presumably, his personal reasons aren't anything to do with that. Listen, another person said, I just read a very public statement that I must respect the privacy of a person I never heard of. Again, Buckingham Palace announces, and the people thought, oh, here we go. Now, here's the thing. Buckingham Palace then threw William under the bus because Kensington Palace went all over Twitter and said, yeah, no, that the William not showing up had nothing to do with the funeral. But get this, the story gets deeper. Y'all know I was all over Twitter. The article about the breaking news said emergency services were called to an address in Gloucestershire shortly after 6 p.m. on Sunday, where they found Mr. Kingston had passed. An inquest will be held to establish the cause of passing. There are no suspicious circumstances and no other parties involved. Then they said earlier on Tuesday, Kensington Palace said Prince William pulled out of a memorial service due to personal matter. He had been due to blah, 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 blah. That's when I started thinking, what is William hiding? The death he tried to use all of a sudden, which is really weird, happened on Sunday. And be serious, he would never let anything take precedence over his godfather's memorial, where you're supposed to be reading and pull out moments before. William is desperately at this point throwing anything against the wall to stop speculation on why he suddenly didn't show up for his godfather's funeral. First, the weak Kate health update. That didn't stop speculation. And now you're announcing some random in-law's death from years ago. Again, those people were only married for like 19 months. Again, people think that William showed up inebriated. Also, this is when people started speculating. This guy that passed away was only 45. So what did he die of? Something weird is going on in that family. So I got on Twitter. And Gabrielle on Twitter said, this is giving my auntie's baby sister's best friend's mom's daughter's dad's cousin passed away, so I can't come to work. Another person said they obviously deleted off on the lower royals to distract us from Kate's disappearance. Now, that sounds funny, but given this family, anything's on the table. Sarah 208 on Twitter said, I don't like to comment on appearances, but the obvious disappearance reasoning is eating disorder ED rehab. With Diana's history, the palace would definitely keep the hush hush. Celebrity Big Brother is still my number one guess. No, the real reason is she decided, listen, here's the thing. I don't think that it's some type of rehab because if it is, they would have a picture of her and William hugging, or at the very least, they would recycle. Because like remember when the whales for the whole year used recycled pictures from one family short shoot when they were all wearing the same thing? This honestly makes me feel like, and I'm not even joking. This honestly makes me feel like whatever it is, they can't even use a recycled photo. They can't even have a photo shoot. They cannot come out and for the record say that Kate is okay and she'll be all right. Because I feel whatever's going on with Kate is so big, they don't want to get caught in the lie. Moving on, Kensington Palace, Buckingham Palace then jumped out and said, royal sources say the death of Mr. Kingston is not connected to the Prince of Wales' absence from King Constantine's memorial service today. Again, Buckingham Palace said you're going to have to explain something somehow. They said Kingston passed away. So Carmen's granddaughter said, was this guy on Colombian dancing dance binge with a certain royal? That royal might be William. He may be dead, right? They moved the body. A certain royal has been spiraling since Sunday and couldn't make the memorial service. The rumors are self-deletion or, I love that, Colombian dancing desk. There people are betting on Twitter, speculation, betting money he used to hang with both William and Camilla's, they call her the concubine crackhead son. I assume they're talking about Camilla. Another one said that Blackmore brooch woman's son. You remember Michael Kidd when she wore that racist brooch? Baby, karma is coming to collect. I know Megan is cackling while she's feeding her chickens. That Blackmore brooch woman's son-in-law has been passed away for 2 days, but suddenly they decide to make such a major announcement for someone so minor and unknown. Willie is literally using people's human shields to hide his sins. That's what Mad Harry on Twitter said. Then um, uh, a bite twit said Buckingham Palace is out here saying not on our watch. There, it says the Prince of Wales' absence from Windsor service is not connected to their. They made sure to put that out. My royalty account said Charles is cancer, William is unsuitable and unprepared, George is a child. Jennifer said the unthinkable is happening. My royalty account said the timing and brutality of the Middletons' disgrace takes on a new light if Charles's illness has been known for some time, as does the unusually public battle over George's education. Another person said for him to cancel suddenly, especially on an event where he was scheduled to actually participate, not just attend, with zero explanation, hints at a bigger chronic issue with him. Mishaps and smaller engagements were probably been covered up. They may have felt forced to carry on with the investor, even though he was clearly in no state for it because it was his return to royal duties. They couldn't risk another debacle for foreign royals present. The other part of this is that it is increasingly seems that the king has little or no control. This is Jenny Otta over any of this. He's letting it all burn down around him. Then they showed a picture of Camilla glaring menacingly, saying she's playing the long game. Jenny Otto said, I think William probably has a blank problem, and they were able to keep it in check while the queen was alive due to little to no work and no pressure to perform. Now he's the heir. The king needs him to step up, and nobody who can or will check him or his excesses. This might be also why Harry did say, Pa, I'm here for if you need me, because he knows William's a mess. Now, I do believe that, but I do believe that a lot of people that are looking over the fact that William, what is causing him to spiral and spin out of control? And where is Kate Middleton? Jenny said for William to cancel suddenly, especially on an event that he was scheduled to attend and participate, not just attend, with zero explanation, hints at a bigger chronic issue with them. Mishaps at smaller engagements have probably been covered up. They may have felt forced to carry on with the investiture, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I don't know. They said radio news headline saying Kensington Palace will need to elaborate. Radio news is openly criticizing Kensington Palace. This feels like 2015 when William's house of cards and Kate's cards were always falling down. Again, somebody said just because William hasn't told the world why he couldn't make it, he gets slated off personal reasons. It could be his kids. They've said Catherine is doing well. My royalty account said, you don't beg off a funeral when you're due to give a reading moments before you step up. When your child has a cold or when there's a minor inconvenience, he has a 90. This was an official state occasion. This was work. This is like calling out from work when you're mad, when you're called to give a presentation to another company and then being like, yeah, whatever. Again, this was Pippa Middleton's ex-boyfriend. Another person, Duchess Alpalacia, said, when a heater in Archie's room caught fire, of course, the first time parents were freaked out and they wanted to check on their child, but they were told they couldn't cancel their engagement. Prince William can cancel reading something at his godfather's funeral given zero reason with no notice, and that's fine. Another person, Julia, said, Camilla should give a course on how to destabilize her husband's family from the inside to the point when the time comes, you're the only one actually enjoying the perks while everything else around is falling apart. The woman is the one in Charles, truly a real life villain. Carmen B said, I agree with you, but in my opinion, King Charles III is not an innocent bystander here either. Julia said, oh no, he definitely enabled her. Their relationship is exactly what the derangers say Harry and Meghan's relationship is. And to top it all off in a bow, Sussex Squad, right? There is an article that says, what would happen to Prince William if he was charged with a serious crime? This has been all over the paper. Listen, I do know one thing. I did a video that actually explains this, but you guys, this is super, super weird. And all the royal correspondents are saying this. They're saying, what is the need to highlight Prince William's name here? Because why would anyone have connected the dots to him? The palace briefing is on a different level. They should really hire higher IQ people at a decent salary. All the palace people, Richard Eden, contrary to speculation online, Prince William's absence from today's memorial service, King Constantine agrees, was not because of the tragic death on Sunday of Tom Kingston, husband of Lady Gabriella. Kate Manzi, another royal reporter. And it's important to note that this is not believed to be the reason why Prince William pulled out of today's memorial service. Rebecca English said it's worth noting it's been confirmed the Prince of Wales' absence from the memorial service for a personal matter is not connected to Mr. Kingston's passing. And Roya Nika says, another one, royal sources say the passing of Kingston is not connected to the Prince of Wales' absence from King Tut's memorial service. You guys, as I am said, I'm so confused. Why do they really want to spill the beans? And that's why they're doubling down, and that this isn't the reason. So keep speculating. Like, why are they highlighting this? It's either a distraction from something more sinister, as Prover said, or they're trying to give us hints. You guys, Kensington Palace has finally done it. They've finally been so weird, so odd, so shameful that instead of just the Sussex Squad and the Derangers going back and forth about what's happening, the whole world is now paying attention. And all I got to say is, baby, we love to see it. Congratulations, William. You have succeeded in doing finally what you and Kate have wanted to do for the last 3 years. No one is thinking about Harry and Meghan right now. The world is watching you. You have the world's bated breath. They're watching you with bated breath. Unfortunately, you know what they say? Sometimes you get what you ask for, but not what you want. And baby, I know they don't want this right now, but it's too late. Congratulations, Williams. You have the world's attention. Now it's time to start talking. You guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.